Good afternoon. Today is the 17th of August and this is the British Motor Show at Farnborough. This is part 2 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle. I do apologise for the wind noise, for the incorrect information. If I fall over, I'm afraid that's just the way that it goes on this channel. So we've escaped from the first section of the show into the next section, which is the classic car area. We're not going to go into supercar paddock probably, viewers, because about a million other channels will probably want to show you supercars, and I'm afraid I don't know anything about them, so we're going to have to miss out on those. And instead we can have a look at some Corvettes. Now this is the current generation one. It's a 22 registration. Vic Vet, born in February 22, but obviously registered a little bit later because obviously it would have been on a 71 plate. So I think they call these the C8. Look towards right-hand drive, isn't that amazing? I don't think we could ever get right-hand drive quite before. Look at the heater controls, just sort of down the centre console like that. That's pretty amazing. It seems to have started remotely. The owner's probably got some sort of remote start function on it. So the previous generation was the C7. This is I don't know exactly what year this is. It could be a sort of 2015-16 one. Do apologise in advance as background music viewers. I'm annoyed about it as you are, because of course it might give me copyright notification, which will be demonetised, which of course I don't like. But we have to go with it because there's nothing else we can do about it. 1957 Corvette. I can't remember if this is a C1 or C2. I always forget about that sort of thing. But they are very nice. I saw lots of these over the weekend at the Cranley Lion Classic Car Show. And we had a similar state of ignorance when we were there. This one is a 66. Oh gosh, it's Nassau Blue, I think that's the name of this colour. Yes, I have been watching Hoovy's Garage Views. I'm sorry, but I have. That's the only reason I know. It's very nice to see one of these over here. I think they're a lot more expensive over here than we are in America. And then this is a 59 Corvette. I wonder if this was here at the Cranley show. I don't know. Imported in 2019. That's rather nice. Don't know what this is. Some kind of crazy trike thing, I think. Wow. I didn't expect to see something like this here, but there we go. And then this thing. Now, I've done a registration check on this. It said it's a Toyota. I don't know what Toyota this is. I can't really tell, but it's got bits from an XJS on it, like the rear screen for certain is off an XJS. These fins are custom, so I don't stab myself in here. I've got this sort of they call them moon disc wheels on it. The interior is certainly from a Toyota, but I can't quite work out what model it's actually from. Indicator on the right hand side. Maybe it's like I don't know, one of these Toyota Soras or something. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Someone in the comment section below tell me. More trike action here. Then we've got this crazy modified Mini here that's sort of about 1975, but that's just a personal plate, so who knows. This thing, the Danger Mouse car, I mean that's pretty good. I kind of like that. Then we've got, I think, was this a Dutton Mariner? No, it's a modified Suzuki SJ. And then we've got Stimson. Yeah, Stimson Scorcher, which is the craziest thing you've ever seen, actually, one of those. It was like a cross between a motorcycle and a car. This has got some mini parts on it, clearly. And it's got 6 wheels. Yeah, we've seen the shed before. I think this has got an Audi engine in it. And believe it or not, this is completely road legal. There we go. And there's the certificate for Guinness World Records. 106 miles an hour. Yeah, there's that Audi engine in there. V8 4.2 FSI. It's out of one of the I think S4s, isn't it, or S6? But yeah, it's completely road legal, which I find completely terrifying, if I'm frank. More Corvettes, a C4 Corvette, this one. Yeah, 1990. Is that a beige leather interior, viewers? No, I'd say it's more sort of biscuits, really. Then we go on to the other C7. Maybe there's an information sheet about this somewhere. Z06 with the 7. No, it's not got the 7. Has it? No, it's the 7-speed manual. 7-speed manual. It's one of the only cars I think ever, apart from I think a Porsche 911, to have a 7-speed manual in it. I don't think there are any others apart from this and the 911. Wow. It is a 2017, 650 horsepower. So brand new. Is this Ian Allen Motors? Yeah. There are only a couple of dealerships in this country that actually will supply with a Corvette. There's one in Virginia Water, Ian Allen Motors, which I've visited before, and then there's one in Manchester, I think, and that's about it. So you can get one. You just got to travel to one of those to pick up your Corvette. Another C4 here, 1991 registration. And those, I think, if I look here, I think are the standard wheels for one of these, as far as I know. Is this a C4 or a C5? Let's take a look. Look at the incredibly sort of 1990s dash in there. 1996. It still looks very much like that previous one. It looks still like a C4. Maybe they still are. I don't know. It's the collector edition convertible Corvette. The only one in this country. C-Class, maybe skip over that. Not quite what I was to see here. There's a lot of these C4s here, aren't there? There's another one here. This is a 1995 ZR1, and there is the engine, 5.7 inch, 5.7 litre, 350 cubic inch V8, 385 horsepower. So not slow then. And then we've got an earlier Corvette here on an X, 1980 to 81, sort of Bowling Green, Kentucky's where they've been made for a long time. Another one of the same sort of shape here, much older though, on a K. Does this information sheet tell me which year this is? Yes? It does, it's 72. Chrome fronted Sharks, built August 72. And then this is the, let's just get this right, C6 I think this is, this Corvette. 2007 to 8. And this will be, yeah, this will be a C5, this one. For sale. Contact Derek 07534 246 469. 2001 to 2, this one. Right, I think we've finished in this area. Oh no, we've got some more stuff over here. It's the GT40 kind of replica type club, I think this. Let's see if we can sort of move away from move away from this music. Yeah, but it's not a real one. I mean, it doesn't matter about it being a replica, because they're still worth a lot of money, these replicas. Like an absolute ton of money. But the real ones are obviously worth even more. And to turn up in a show in one of these, you're guaranteed to have quite a lot of attention. Let's take a look and see if there's information sheet here. Oh yeah, it is by Super Performance. So this one will have been registered, I don't know when. The thing is about these, it says they were actually so good as a replica that they were used in the Ford versus Ferrari film. Or was it Le Mans 66? It's got two names. Ultima GTR in 2014. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. I've heard of them, I've never seen one. Right, let's have a look at some more of these GT40 replica type things. Yeah, I don't think that's a 65. This one, of course, is definitely not, because it has a 69 plate on it, so there we go. Yeah. Right close and everything, isn't it? Then NCMX5. Probably probably see quite a few of those here today. Right, let's get out of here before I get interrupted by more announcements. Excellent, viewers. We found ourselves back in familiar territory. In fact, a very familiar car. This is a 2001 MG ZS. And it is a 180. This is a personal plate that the owner put on from new. I spoke to the owner of this car actually last month. It's very nice, and he's had it over 20 years. Z register, of course, save our Zs, they are disappearing fast. MGTF. Can't remember exactly what year this one is. It's sort of personal plate on it. It's also got some aftermarket light. Yeah, 2004. It's a Spark. Okay, it's one of the special editions of Spark was. Modified MGF here for some competition. And then another TF here with the sort of bit on it for the 100 years of MG. I always get confused if it's 2023 or 2024 that is. Another Spark actually. This one is a 2005, so it's almost at the end of MGTF production, where there was a revival, of course, of those in 2008 when we made them until 2011. Porsche Macan GTS 911 Carrera. Let's have a look at the front end and see if I can actually spot what generation this one is. 997, I think that is. Then we've got one but just before the 964 shape, but literally like the last year, so it's been 89 only, this one. Can't see sort of the gear either, but yeah, that's not a turbo, it's just a Carrera. Another 911 here. I think that's also a 997. What's it? Yeah, 2009 to 10 registration. Cayman GT4 Boxster 25 special edition. So 25. It came in 1996. So, oh, my maths is so bad. Yeah, about 2011. I think that makes it. Yeah, 2011. I think. Was it 21? My maths is so bad. No, sorry, it's 2021, not 2011. It's my terrible when my maths is. Yeah, there's that Cayman again. 991, I think this is, for 911. That, I think, is still the 997. Actually, there's a information sheet here, so I can cheat. Yeah, it's a 997. It's 2011. It's a GTS, so yeah, it's on a so 60 plates, so 2011. And then we've got something I'm more familiar with, a 996 Turbo. Yes, please, viewers. This one is the Tiptronic. I think it's a facelift with the lights like that. Yeah, so we've looked at that red one, haven't we already? I think this is the current shape 911, isn't it? This is the current one. What year it is, I don't know. Personal plate. And this is the Targa version. Again, personal plate, so I don't know. Ooh, the Traction Owners Club are here. I wonder if we spotted any of these that are actually right-hand drive. Oh, there's one right here. I wonder if this is a Slough-built one. Maybe I can have a look at the information sheet so I can cheat again. Which might tell me. 1939, Light 15 Roadster, built in Slough. Fantastic. Let's have a look at some of the others then. So many people crowding around. Actually, it's quite well served for classic cars this year. Again, it's a Slough one, 1938 Light 15 Coupe with the dicky seat and the 1.9 engine. I think the 1.9 engine continued into the DS as well, actually, from memory. This one looks in superb order. Look at this. It's amazing. You know, Slough's not too far from here. What they built? Yeah, again, it's it's another Slough one, registered at 51, and then South Africa. Brilliant. It's been upgraded to some kind of specification: power steering, LED lights, daytime running lights, electric fan, nursery wheel, seat belts, period cabin heater, retro radio, Bluetooth. £65,000. 07899658634. Tempting, viewers. There's some other models of Citroën I'm interested in behind me, but we'll get to those in a moment. We'll just have a look at some more of these Traction Avance. Again, that's had some modern seats. Farnborough, of course, one of the places where British aviation has been developed over the years. That is loud. 1956 Traction Avance, so kind of at the same time that the Daces were being made, this was actually being made as well, right at the end. So the big 15, appropriate plate of course, then another Traction Avant. Gosh, it varies in so much in volume, this show, from kind of absolutely deafening to nice and quiet. Unfortunately, we're still burdened with wind noise, which is kind of annoying, but never mind, we will continue. Yeah, without these information sheets, a car like this, I'm absolutely lost. I know really nothing about these at all, apart from the fact that they were very, very early front-wheel drive cars. They weren't the first, people often think they were, but even like Alvises were being made in the 20s of front-wheel drive. So this is, doesn't say what year it is, still got the 1.9 engine, 3-speed gearbox and front-wheel drive, of course. Excellent, we'll go on to the next section. C6 we'll have to skip, viewers, because I'm afraid it's got an engine we can't talk about. Thank you, Mayor of London, for introducing the Clean Air Zone expansion that comes in forth later this month. But we've got C5 or something, 2023. Gosh, we've got, you know, the really old stuff right through to the really new stuff. Yeah, C5 Aircross hybrid. I think maybe, viewers, you're more interested though in these Citroën BXs. We'll just have a see on the back if we can actually talk about them first before we get into it. That one's alright. Yeah, they're both alright. So 19 TRS, early kind of facelift car, this one. I think the facelift came around 1985, 86 plate. And they're both 19 TRSs, and this is also an early facelift one. Interesting. I have driven a BX, I've actually done a couple of them, but I'm afraid I can't talk about that news because of the Mayor of London and his ultra-low emission zone. All his friends around the country introducing them. So Pedal of Salisbury actually here, I think they are, yeah. New C5X. I suppose it is sort of reminiscent of the more eccentric Citroëns in back in the past, isn't it? And then we've got here DS 70 to 71 registration. Right, don't fall over viewers, it's best not to do that. I don't know what type it is, didn't say. An XM, I hope. Oh, hello. I think we've already. No, it's a petrol one. I think we've seen it before. 1991, 1992 registration, a 2-litre SI Auto, pre-facelift. A lot of people prefer the pre-facelift ones, I think, with these. And then, yeah, ECX. We'll not spend too much time looking at these brand new ones. We don't really need to, do we? Go to a Citroën showroom in Salisbury and have a look at them yourself or somewhere else. 72, 73. Ami Break. I think this is an Ami Wheat, isn't it? Rather than the Seath. Yeah, it's an Ami Wheat. And Citroën C-Fleet Pluriel. I didn't think there were any of these left, viewers, to be honest. After the sort of pasting they got back in the day on Top Gear and various other motoring publications. I've driven the C3 and it wasn't very good, is all I can say. So yeah, we'll maybe skip this EC4, I think they're called, and we will go and instead take a look at this Bibi. I think this is a Bibi. Yeah, a bit of a contrast. This is a 1925, so it's 98 years old. Not a baby, it's a C3 Cloverleaf. You can see where Citroën got their sort of naming system from that they still use to this day. You can still buy a C3, of course, but the ones from 1925 probably a little bit rarer than the ones today. Citroën H van. They did make some of these in Slough, I think, but I've never seen a Slough built one in my life, I don't think. That one is from, I have no idea. Oh, Citroën Visa. Oh, yes, please. These are rare, aren't they? What's nice actually about this part of the show is that the classic cars that are here is they're not necessarily in like all concourse condition. This one's a little bit sort of rough around the edge, but that's okay. I quite like that. I like the variation like that. So that's very nice. And then an Acadian. I'm called Scon. Acadian. I have a 1299cc engine. I have 3 fuel tanks. And we went some various places. There's a squeaky air balloon thing up there. Yes, a very well travelled. A little friend on my bonnet as well. Hello. Here's a Diane. It doesn't say what year it is, but that's a 78, 79 plate T. Another Acadian. Actually, that's not an Acadian, sorry. TCV Azoo, 1976. Do apologise. I get confused about these sort of things, viewers, because, well, this is a shambolic shuffle, and shambolic shuffles are by their very nature shambolic. Is this a Charleston? No, it's a Special. I'm not doing very well, are my viewers? So, later Spanish-built 2CV, 1988 to 89 on an F from Speen Garage. Again, same year as this one from Reading. Now, Citroën used to be based in Slough, so the Reading plates were also Slough plates. Whether that was registered by Citroën himself, I don't know. Sparrow Automotive, 85, 86 on a C. Yes, the same sort of era as Mr. Ian Seabrook's 2CV. So this is a converted 2CV to electric, and it will be the new. You need to either supply your own van, or you can have a brand new one like this. It's a bit different from the clattering little twin cylinder, isn't it? 1967, this one. AZU something, I think they used to call these, I can't remember exactly. And there's another one, it's the same sort of era of this one actually, it's a 67, 68 registration. That's, ooh, had some sort of matte finish, and you can write your name on chalk on it. Almost. And it's pulling a balloon. Excellent. What's that, 7980? Ooh, a bit creaky, stay away from that. Bella the Ripple bonnet. Gosh, this is a very early one then. Sort of ripple bonnet on it. We've got a couple of, I think, 2CV based kit cars here. There were quite a few of them back in the day. A Burton 1989-90 registration towards the end of 2CV production, and then another one. Official UK supply. You can actually have a factory built one like this for £27,000. Excellent. Triumph Herald 1360, 1967 to 68. I've actually driven one of these. It was the same sort of age as this as well. Belongs to somebody, funnily enough, who's in the Classic Car Club. I don't think he's here today. He's at a lot of the shows, is Alan, but he's not here today. So a very similar car to this one. I wonder if this has had like a servo brake upgrade or something. because the one I drove did not have a brake servo. It had no synchron first. It was a bit terrifying to drive, viewers. It's got some Beetle action here. Fleet Classic Car Club, it's very close to here. Ooh, what? As ever, whenever I come to this area, I always see Ford Consul Capris, and here's another one. Is this the one that we saw at Slightly Shambolic over the weekend? I don't know. Could be. Not the most successful car a Ford of Britain ever made, but it's one of the most attractive ones, of course. It's a Saab 96. Yeah, 96. Must be an early one. Maybe it's the old two-stroke one. It doesn't say V4 anywhere, so maybe that's what it is. Yeah, early one. Early 60s. Triumph GT6 Mark III, 1971-72. Again, possibly Camberley. I can't remember what happened there. I do remember actually, rather than this GT6, this 1.6 205 GTI that was there, which looks very nice and very standard actually looking car. Maybe the tyres are a little bit thicker. So it was 89, sorry, not 86, because it's had a personal plate put on it. But we like that views very much. That is most tasteful actually. And then a very late Morris O-type or 600 weight or 800 weight van based on a minor. Do we have the ignition switch on the steering column? No, we don't. Actually, we've got an earlier steering wheel than would have originally been with it. That's a pre-October 64 steering wheel. But yeah, that's a 70, 71, probably a 70. Another 911. Is there an information sheet about this one? No, sadly not. That is 197, I think. And then same era as the Morris Minor and MGB. You can't really have a classic car show in this country without an MGB and a Morris Minor. It's sort of against the law, isn't it? It's what you must have. And then, ooh, that's quite tasty actually. This P4. It's a Rover 110, so it's right at the end. It'd be between 62 and 64, and a biscuit leather interior as well, which is, you know, I think quite agreeable. Again, this is in sort of used condition. It's nice to see, really, especially next to its contrast with this BMW 3 CSL. That's absolutely perfect. These are worth a fortune, these cars. Talking maybe like £200,000-300,000 or something like this. Nice for somebody to come and bring it to a show then, isn't it? Triumph Stag, a bit more affordable. Mark I Stag, actually, this one. 1771. Actually, someone's written some Mark 1.5. Trying to fall over here, viewers. Yeah, it's very, very similar in age to the one that I drove down in Somerset earlier this year. It's got the optional alloy wheel upgrade to it, but yeah, it has features from both a Mark 1 and a Mark 2. It does. It's a bit far here again. I think this is possibly needing a new back screen of things. 1972, 73, so it'd be a 1.3 Spitfire, that one. 1967, 68 Rover 2000. Be the TC. Is this a manual? Yes, it is. I forget the name of this colour. I've driven this 67 2000 myself. It was the automatic version. Then 90s Mini here. Let's see if it's got the airbag in it or not. No, so that's a Mark 6. Look, it's a special edition, but I'm not sure what special edition that is. What's that? Be in 96, won't it, on the P? Then Fiat X19, 1985 to 86, 1.5 litre engine. Maybe this is one of the, actually no, it's one of the later ones. There's a Bertone X19. I think they changed that to the Bertone badge about 85, and continued to 89 with the Grand Finale edition. Jaguar S-Type, 1967. That does look rather agreeable actually. See if we've got a nice leather interior. Yeah, nice leather interior and a 4-speed manual. Let's have Sacred Brush on first, viewers. It's a 3.4 this one. 1968-69 Morris Minor Traveller. 1098. That looks actually remarkably sort of straight and original rather than modified, doesn't it? And then BMW M5 and E28. That does look pretty good, doesn't it? Let's see if you've got a plate on the back of this one. Nope, just have to set it to 228. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again very soon in part 3 for more incorrect information.